Satnam and Namaste. Thank you for joining our gathering this morning. I hope you're all doing fantastic. I wanted to share a divination to focus on for the rest of this week or just today, however you wish to focus on this. I used Alana Fairchild's Isis Oracle deck this morning, and the divination that I've just pulled for us is Enter the Chamber of Healing. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. A spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions and allow the healing from the Lady Isis, Mistress of Magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Take your time and create space into which her magic and energy can flow now. Expect your miracle. This oracle comes to you as a messenger. Prepare for great changes because they are on their way now. When the Divine Lady Isis offers you a healing gift of magic, it is something to accept as a gift of unconditional love with open arms. It will be offered without agenda, with the only intent being for your highest good and spiritual growth. It is not necessarily will look or feel like you expected, but you will realize in the unfoldment of the process or circumstance that it was a spiritual healing gift from the divine, even though you may not have immediately recognized it as such at the time. You will be able to recognize the healing by the experience of it and its effects, even before the complete resolution of the issue at hand. The experience will be that the issue is somehow lifted from you, and the effect will be that the issue seems so genuinely out of control and yet not out of control. This is the way that the gift of healing can come to you. Time is sacred, and in sacred space, contemplate and reflect. That's extremely important to receive divine intervention as consciously, swiftly, and fully as possible. Sacred space can be a physical place that allows you to put your day-to-day activities and thoughts to one side and instead indulge in just being as you are in that moment. It might be a place in nature, your meditation place, or a healing room, or a sanctuary that you have where you can be alone for a time, or even a meditation group or a healing circle. Sacred space allows you to simply be, to not have to think, sort things out, or analyze, but to open, rest, allow inspiration or guidance to come as and when it chooses, and to allow for the mysteries of healing to occur. It is important when entering sacred space that we do not set an agenda or have specific expectations. We do not have to think anything more than, I dedicate this space to the divine within. When not attempting to find solutions, but actually actively letting go mentally and emotionally, and allowing ourselves to go into a peaceful state, relaxed but not numb, we can often have guidance, inspiration, clarity, and knowing drop into our awareness. We don't need to actively seek these things. They can just happen when we create open space. Healing happens most powerfully when there is space, openness, and allowing. We let go for healing to flow. Time in sacred space will help you receive the inner adjustments that you need for the healing magic of the Lady Isis to be able to reach you with full boldness and genius. The ritual of the Chamber of Healing is as follows. Ideally, do this exercise physically, but if you can't, visualizing is wonderful. Always keep your intention. The intention here is to surrender and receive the healing of Lady Isis. When we hold an intention to surrender into sacred space, we're opening up to other realms. Intentional surrender transforms an action into an element of ritual. Instead of simply acting, we imbue our activity with focused energy. It is the intention to surrender into sacred space that transforms a walk in a park to an inner journey into the chamber of healing. Take yourself to a place in nature that you love, either physically or in your mind space. A beach, beside a lake, in a forest, sand dunes, or a cave. It might even be near a favorite plant, an animal, perhaps a pet, or your favorite tree in a garden or a parkland. Go to any place that feels nourishing to you at this time. Quietly in your heart, imagine connecting with the light of your own divine essence. Sense it within your heart as an outstretched pair of golden wings, glowing and growing with light and beauty, and just relax. Sit or walk and enjoy the space that you're in. Do nothing in particular. You may touch your surroundings, feeling bark on the trees or gathering shells, making patterns on the sand, watch the waves and the lines left on a shore as they retreat, or listen to the leaves of trees as they blow as the breeze moves through them. Feel the cool smoothness of rocks or stones. Just enjoy. Be in your body, and if you're finding it hard to stop thinking or to switch off, imagine that you don't have a head and that you're just a body. Feel and connect with that space and let your mind settle into the physical sensation of being in that beautiful place and rest. When you are ready to complete your ritual, you may like to repeat this incantation, which is as follows. Healing comes, healing flows, healing blossoms, and it shows. I thank Lady Isis for her love and light, her healing gift through spiritual night. Brings me now to the light of this day, and healing blossoms without delay. And that completes your ritual for entering the healing chamber of Lady Isis. I hope this resonated with you. And I definitely feel like lately I've been realizing that without expectations, or trying to not have expectations, doing my best to be present and conscious in being present, it's very interesting the past 2 weeks how I'll be experiencing all these different situations or, like day-to-day life things, like even running errands or whatever you have set out to do. I've noticed in the last couple of weeks personally that not until it's almost like I'm in the center of a situation that's going on, and then it's like this light bulb comes on, and it's like, oh, okay, I see. It's very interesting that that reading was similar to these experiences, because when you're not expecting and you do let things flow and things kind of just happen and you don't realize why they're happening in the order that they're happening, you think you make a list, right? And you want to get this list done. You end up bouncing all around, but somehow that list just magically made a better route for itself to actually happen in the physical world. And not until I'm in the middle of all of this, trying not to panic and being it's fine, just keep going, do this instead, or go this way, or however it works out. And then in the end, when I'm in the center of whatever situation it may be, I realize that I did all of this for a reason, and I might not have understood the entire time that I was experiencing this, or going through the motions. And sometimes I feel I'll almost blindly reply, because I don't like stopping to text, that just drives me crazy. Call me, or just have a real conversation for a second instead of typing or focusing on this little screen. I'd rather continue to be doing and talk while I'm doing that. And I find that even in blind moments like that, I realize it's oh, this is the way that I am doing it, and it actually worked out better this way. It's sometimes doesn't seem to make sense why things work the way that they do, but they always seem to hash themselves out if you just allow things to flow without trying to control them. I think that's what Alana's reading might have meant, as in, that it's out of your control, but it's not out of control. So I hope everybody is able to grab a perspective for this weekend on letting things flow and allowing yourself time in a sacred space, however that sacred space looks for you, even if it's sitting down for 5 minutes of your day and just being and connecting. I think it's really important right now with everything that's going on in our world to just sit and connect for a minute. However you need to do that, I feel that benefits the greater good for sure. And I think it's important to take the time. So I hope that you take the time for yourself and also send a thought for the greater good, for the highest good of everyone and all the things that people might be experiencing. Know that we're not alone. Even if we might feel alone, we're all connected. So I send unconditional love and my highest vibrations of light, and I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your weekend and you're able to allow yourself to perceive what you're experiencing. Namaste.